All right, let's get started. Welcome to another Wednesday webinar. It's your host, Ronnie G. I will be going over three things today. We're going to be discussing test strategies. We're also going to be discussing my opinion on the market in the future. I'm going to go over how I think it's going to last, what I think is going to happen. Of course, I'm going to use my analysis. And then the third thing, last but not least, just a few reminders on some key tips to keep you, alive in this bearish market, because we have a stock chat room full of long traders. So we're gonna go over that too. I'm gonna go ahead and start with my slide. Let me pull that up. I thought I already had it pulled up. I guess I took it off, but I'll pull that thing right back up. No worries. Hope y'all doing good. Hope everybody doing good. Let me move this over here where it's usually at. And let's go to go to my PowerPoint. Let's do this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and present. I thought I had to pull it up. Should have already been pulled up. Okay. All right. So on these, I'm going to give a couple of success tips. I know I did this Wednesday webinar maybe about 3 weeks ago, but I think I'm going to do a refresher. That way everybody stays in tune, and everybody is up to date on, what I'm thinking as far as trading, what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to actually try some new things out. So I will be talking about new test strategies. I kind of mentioned it in the chat earlier. So let's go ahead and get started. So these are going to be basically a few tips to remember. Okay. First thing is first. My first point is don't force any trades. And I'm going to elaborate on that because my happy trigger finger kind of went off. What was this, earlier this week or last week? And I lost a quick $700 simply because I thought I seen something early. The stock market was basically, I was looking at it and I was like, oh, this thing is going to go back up. And so I decided to trade. And I thought that the stock market was ready to trade. It just wasn't. So that last trade was CBWTF. And I'm thinking, all right, this has, a Nike check pattern. And, I'm going to take, 10%, quick 10%. And this thing just crashed later on. As y'all know, lost a quick 700. Not sure how it's doing right now, but we can take a look at it. Let me go ahead and pull that up. CBWTF. Obviously, it didn't last. It didn't last long. It didn't last well at all, and it just kept going right back down. Now it looks like it's about to set up a triple bottom, but the thing didn't last. So I got happy. I got happy, and so I just want to give out a quick reminder that let's stay in tune with our strategies. Let's stay in tune with the overall market, which I did. I just made a bad decision, but I set my stop, so that was cool. Lost $700. That's all right. OTTN. Next point is examine your system and redefine your strengths. So what does this mean? Examine your system, your system of trading, the times you trade, how you set up your watch list, how you set up your orders, how you run your whole trading business, whether you trade on your phone or your laptop, or whether you do your analysis in the early mornings or the middle of the day or the end of the day at night, like I like to do. Whether you don't trade, you trade only in the mornings when the market opens and you trade, you get in trades for an hour, first hour of the market, or whether you like to trade in power hour like me or in the midday. Just examine your system and look at your wins and your losses and see what's working. See if you need to re-examine your system, redefine your strengths. So whatever's working, keep making that the main focus. When I mean the main focus, put that on the top of your list when it comes to trading plans. Always keep it in your rear view, in your front view, in your side views of the strengths that makes you a good trader. And that'll be just my second point on examine your systems, redefine your strengths. Don't really focus on your weaknesses too much. Understand your weaknesses. Don't just knock your weaknesses to the side, but understand your weaknesses. It may be something that has to do with your characteristics, your habits. Maybe you like to sleep late. You need to redo that. That's your weakness. Pay attention to your weaknesses, but focus more on your strengths. Next point, watch your overall market daily. All right. Watch the overall market daily, whether that's the IWM, whether that's a Dow, you know, whether whatever overall market it is that you have for your system, for your trading plan as your indicator that it's okay to trade. Watch that daily. Don't start slacking, because what we like to do, we like to start slacking when there's not a lot of setups. There's a bearish market. We're bullish traders, and we we just it's vacation right now, and it really is. But keep watching it daily. Stay up to date. You can still look at stocks, and that's the next point. Look for companies that are in a uptrend, and these are companies that are making higher lows and higher highs during any bear season. These companies are tradable companies. So there are still tradable companies. You just have to catch them. Like the one I alerted last week, KG. I mean, since the alert, it's been up. Like it has went up 100%. Did I trade it? No. Why didn't I trade it? I was simply I don't want to take another loss. So I didn't choose this stock. I chose another stock. I chose the CBWTF. I didn't choose this stock, but the stock is tradable. It was still uptrending while the market was doing bad. It's still in the uptrend, and this is what I mean. Now, this is a super nano cap, and why I say super nano cap is because it has zero market cap, and that's crazy. Of course, pump and dump, but just look out for these stocks. You can bank. I'm looking for this next stock. I'm looking for stocks that are in the uptrend. I'm paying attention to them because here in a little bit, I'm going to share with you something that I'm going to test out, as I mentioned earlier. So, what's next? My opinion. At this point, I don't think the stock market is ready to start trending back up and taking off. I just don't think it's ready just yet. And this is why, essentially. Check out my analysis. So if we go back to a 1-year daily chart, let's go to 2-year daily. I like 2-year daily. 2-year daily, I kind of went back to the past, the beginning of February and the end of May is when the stock market really started back, doing really good after a big fall. And I'm just going off of this big fall to replicate this bigger fall. And I see how long it took before it got out of this symmetrical triangle. And it took literally 4 months from the beginning of February, May, April, March, April, May, and it started uptrending then, and it hit a top, went back down, kept riding this top, didn't want to make new highs, it fell. So the stock market thought it wanted to get back in trend, and then it didn't want to bounce off the support anymore. So the support is obviously weak. So I'm thinking that there's going to be a newer trend. And what I mean by that, I'm going to go back. So right here, we have essentially a 4-year chart, weekly chart, and this wasn't the whole trend the whole way. Like you can see this wasn't the trend. It had a other trend, and if I can go back, maybe I can go back a couple more years. Maybe let's go back 15 years. We can see that the stock market had a drop, and it had to create a new trend level. Right here, there was a whole trend right here. There was a whole trend. There was a whole new level of trend. And so after that fall, like it had right here, just like it happened right here, then it started the new trending channel. And so I'm thinking that's what's going to happen right here before it starts to trend back up. It's going to create a whole new channel and not be on this direction. So this is what I wanted to show y'all and why I think it's going to take, it's going to take some time, and I'm willing to be patient. No, I don't think the market is going to hit zero. I've heard some ridiculous stuff, like some crazy stuff. Like, I just don't think it's going to do that. If it does do that, then call me wrong. Call me out on my bullshit. I just don't think it's going to do that. Hit zero. I've just heard a lot. I've heard so much stuff. I think it's going to take a little minute. It's going to start trending sideways, and then it can bounce out and then start a new trend channel. Okay. That's what I think it's going to do. But yeah, that's my opinion. Don't please stop with the messages on that. I don't mind the questions. Like, I love our questions, but do I think it's going to hit zero? Hell no. I'm not laughing at y'all. Like, I'm laughing with y'all. That was a joke. But that's my opinion. I think it's just going to take some time to trend sideways. Maybe it's going to take 4 months like it did back in 2014 and 15, but maybe it won't. We'll see. We'll see. But don't panic. Don't think it's going to hit zero. If it does, come find me, blow my head off, take all my food and resources, because then at that point, if it hits zero, that's exactly what people will be doing. So you can come find me. I'll give you my address. All right. So what am I going to be trying out? So I'm going to be trying out a short strategy. I'm going to test it out. I'm going to see how it works. Now, I'm going to be using a small account, but my small account is going to be a small short account, which I got word from shorters out there, and they were like, if you have a bigger size account, then you can use small amounts and you don't want to get margin calls. So most of us have margin accounts. What is a margin account, Ronnie? A margin account allows you to borrow from the broker. All right, they can give you out a loan. 100% loan with TD Ameritrade. And so they will match my size of my account. So if you got a $10,000 account, they match 100% of that. So they'll match 10%. They'll match 10 grand. If you have a $20,000 account, if you got a $50,000 account, then they'll do that. So even though I have a larger account, I'm going to use small amounts when I short, just because I want to test it out. But that's just my main focus, is just testing it out. Now, of course, I want to profit. I wouldn't be in this business if I didn't. So that's why I'm going to use a live account. So I'm going to be focusing on bearish setups until this bearish market ends. I'm just going to be testing it out. And then I'm going to basically be finding stocks in stage 4, which most of the stocks are in stage 4. I will continue to do my analysis on 1-year daily charts, but I will be doing my entries on hourly charts. That's how I've been trading. Those are my time frames. So I look into swing, short plays. And so basically it's like flipping everything in reverse. So now I'm looking for lower lows and lower highs, and I want to catch the dips on that. Well, the dips are going to be at the top, and they're going to be at the top of a rally instead of the bottom dipping point of a low. So I'm going to be buying, same thing that you do when it's bullish. I'm going to be buying high, selling low, instead of buying low, selling high. So I'm going to be borrowing from my broker. But I'm gonna walk y'all through my process in the chat when I do it and explain it. And I'm just testing it out. If I lose 10 in a row, cool. I'll be using a small account. It's all right. Also, I'm going to find bearish patterns, which are the opposite of bullish. So just to show y'all examples of that, we have examples in our community. I know, right? This is the technical analysis cheat sheet. I don't know if y'all check this out. I do look for some good stuff and then upload it. I've been uploading lately. So right here. Nope, wrong thing. So right here, we have our patterns. The patterns are in here. You can even download the patterns, but those patterns that are downloadable, they're focused on bullish. And I did that for a reason, because some of you all don't know how to multitask, which is okay. Many of us don't, but focusing on the bullish when it comes to that strategy. I'm focusing on, now I'm just testing a bearish strategy. I'm letting y'all know that I'm not the expert up front. I'm testing it out. So don't take my trades as gospel right now. Don't take my advice on it. I'm just testing it out. If I find something that works, I'll add it to my inventory. And, I've been avoiding being a short trader for almost 3 years now. So maybe, I'm just going to test it out, see if it works, see if I can capitalize on these bullish patterns. So remember the three concepts. You have reversal patterns that are basically reversing the trend. So going basically from stage 2 to stage 4, or stage 4 to stage 2. And these are basically stage 1 and stage 3 patterns that you can find. So within stage 1 and stage 3, you will see these patterns. Now at the bottom, these are bullish patterns. The double bottom, the inverse head and shoulders, and obviously you see the falling wedge. But I'm going to be focusing on these bearish patterns, double top, head and shoulders, and then obviously the rising wedge. Yes, sir. I want to be focusing on these patterns. As you can see, I'm going to zoom in. You can see that the entries and the targets are different. They are completely different now. So instead of entry and then your target being above your entry, now this is going to be me borrowing from my broker and then buying back my shares, and then I'm getting paid out the difference from my broker once I give. And I'm going to be, the broker's paying me back, but it's actually taking the losses from the traders on that trade. So whoever loses on that trade, I'm taking their profits, and that's just the name of the game. So, and I'll be setting my stop higher now. So I'm going to be using the same rules, but I'm just flipping it in reverse. That's all I'm doing. And I'm looking for these patterns right here. That's basically what I'm looking for. I'm also going to be using continuation patterns. So stocks that have already been trending down for a while, I will be looking for a continuation of that trend going down. So instead of using these bullish patterns, I'm going to be using the bearish patterns, the rising wedge, which gets a lot of bullish traders. So now I'm like the enemy right now. Y'all better watch out. I'm just playing. But y'all, I'm letting y'all know what I'm doing. So this is the rising wedge, the bearish rectangle, which is the flag, and then the bearish pennant. And look, they're trending down and then coming back and then continuing to trend down. So I'll be buying at the top of these, the tops. I'll be buying at the tops now. And I will be focusing, of course, we have the bilateral patterns. We got the ascending triangle, descending triangle, symmetrical triangle. It can go either way. And those are the patterns that I'm going to be focused on. How do I feel about it? Maybe I feel a little antsy. I feel like I'm learning something new. So I got that fresh newbie excitement again. And that's pretty cool to me because I don't know, I haven't had that feeling in a while. Once you get in the routine of things, when you find your strategy and you do the same thing over and over, it gets pretty repetitive and boring. So I got that new excitement. I haven't used these patterns. I've traded some of these patterns in my newbie days, not knowing what they were. Like the head and shoulders. I used to trade the head and shoulders thinking I knew what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. I used to get in like, oh, it's gonna go back up, squat, and I used to be like, what is the head and shoulders? And I used to just hear it like, oh, that's why I keep losing. It's a bearish pattern. Cool. So I'm excited. I'm going to be essentially creating a watch list tomorrow. I'm going to be doing my studying during the day, which I normally don't do. I'm just going to be revising. I'm going to try to use my same system. But if I see that it doesn't work, then cool. I'm not sure when bearish traders, I'm not sure what their mindset is on when they trade, when they like to trade, but I'm thinking midday is when they like to trade. So y'all will be getting some midday alerts on some shorts, some sales instead of me. You hear me buying this or buy target and all that, and y'all gonna be hearing short this instead of long this and that. So y'all will see. I'm pretty excited. I don't know. I got that newbie excitement back. So y'all watch out. But I wanted to test that out just because you know I've been avoiding trying to do shorts and not wanting to short, just wanting to be bullish because I feel like the market needs to continue to go up. If the market is always going down, then obviously the economy is not doing good, and then you have family members, who are going to suffer bad, and I always feel like that. But now that I understand that the market really has never just superly crashed back to zero, it has gone through bad periods, and I'm not excluding that the economy hasn't suffered, but it's business. And people, if you watch the movie Big Short, people made millions and billions off of the bad economy, and I want to take advantage of that. I want to take advantage of that because the market did go back up eventually. So now that I know that, I'm willing to take this chance. I want to have, like they say in tennis, a backhand and a forehand. I want to be able to shoot a three and slam dunk in your face. So that's essentially what I want to add to my inventory, and I want to evolve as a trader too. So, you know, uh, there is not a big short community, and I like that because not a lot of people look to short, and I know why. It does have some moral um, pushback to you. If you hold your morals really high, it does have a pushback and makes you feel like, why would I do this? But I'm gonna try it and see how it works. I'm not knowing how much I'm going to use with my account. I may stay within 3 grand, 7 grand. I'm not sure. I may stay within 500 shares to 1,000 or 1,500 shares. I'm not sure. I just got to fill it out. I will let y'all know. I'm going to walk out through everything like I normally do, and we'll go from there. Now, some of my key indicators, obviously, I'm going to be using the volume indication, but it's going to be different. Now I'm looking for the police to show up. All right. I am the snitch. I am the neighbor who called and said, oh my God, they're too loud. Yeah, that's me. So if you don't, hey, you could trade against me. I'm pretty cool with that. We are a team, we are a family, but right now, if you want to go long on my shorts, that's fine with me. It is healthy competition at this point. So, um, yeah, that's cool. Some of y'all like, oh, Ronnie, you're wrong. This, and that. That's cool. Let's do it. I'm gonna try this thing out. And if I'm wrong, that's even better because as long as y'all are making money, that's great for me. I feel good about that. So it's really a win-win situation for me. So that's how I'm taking it. But with the volume indication, the cops showing up, all red, and then obviously I want the stocks to rally up above 50% within 3 days. So if it's been, the first day went up 20%, the next day it went up 35. I want to look to short that thing. I will be using my E-Trade account though, so I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. I haven't used E-Trade in a minute, but I will be looking to use my E-Trade because they are short bias and they're really good with finding shares to short. I will be using TD Ameritrade too, but mainly E-Trade, and I will be shorting. So you may see, I don't know, you may see me on the E-Trade platform. You may see my screenshots be different. So just stay tuned. Um, TD Ameritrade said they were good with shorts too now, but I don't know. I have to check with some of my bearish friends on Twitter. We'll see what they say. I'm gonna ask them, like, say, hey, is TD Ameritrade good with shorts now? If they let me know, they say, hey, you can use it. I'll stick with TD Ameritrade, but I'm still gonna teach off TD Ameritrade. So no worries. I do have to change the scanners up a little bit. I will make a different scanner, and I may try out some new. Time frames here in a second. Right now, I've been using the 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute charts for my entries. I still do my analysis on my daily chart, but I mean, basically, that's what I'll just be trying new things while I'm testing out this short strategy. I'm gonna see if I can just flip everything in reverse and basically use my long strategy, my long swing trade strategy, and reverse everything and make it exactly for my short strategy. I want to see if that works. If it doesn't, I will tweak it. I will try this thing out until we're out of the bearish market. So that's what I'll be doing. Y'all wish me luck. You see here, it says wish me luck. Don't be hating. Don't be hating on me. But wish me luck on that. I'm not sure how that's gonna work out, but I will test the waters. We'll keep y'all updated. If y'all do have any questions, feel free to let me know, or any moderator. Um, and we will get back to y'all shortly. Just hang in there. Hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. Please hang in there. It is going to get better. We just have to wait this thing out. This is a long vacation. This year has been probably one of the worst stock market years. And it's good because it makes you tough as a trader. If you go through this, you can last through anything. So understand that if you go through this period right now, when you're, 3, 4, 5 years experience and these newbie traders coming in that year, you're going to be like, shut up, Puddin'. You'll get through it because you've been through it and you have experienced it as a trader. So just be cool. I think we're going to be all right. Don't force trades. Just going back to the success tips. Don't force trades. Just stick to your strategy. Examine. Keep learning. Keep watching video lessons. Watch this over and over. Just do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Stick with it. Continue to look at the overall market daily. You don't have to be silent on that. You can examine that, and you can test out this strategy with me. I will recommend that if you haven't got 1 year under your belt, that you do use your paper trading account. Use that. If you do have 1 year under your belt and you consider yourself, kind of like, all right, I'm not a vet, but I'm mid-level now, I'm not entry level no more, then yeah, I would say, yeah, you maybe can use your account and just trade with small amounts. So that's pretty much all I have for y'all today. That's pretty much it. If you do know, I do have an update. I will be sending out an email to all the members. I do have some good news. I have some really exciting news, and it's about money too. So for all of y'all who like to make money, some of y'all have been asking me about, different streams of income. YMC, we are presenting something very, very new and strategic. It's going to put some money in your pockets. So watch out for that email. I do plan on to send that email next week. That will be the surprise. I'm going to let y'all know how YMC is going to help you make more money outside of trading stocks and put some money in your pocket. All right, because that's what it's about. So that's it. That's all I have. Thank y'all for tuning in with the Wednesday webinar. Thank y'all for being a YMC member. We really appreciate y'all. Let's keep riding up, baby. Peace.